Liverpool 1, West Ham United 0 just finished at Anfield. How we haven't got something from that, I will never know. Can we just copy and paste what we talked about from the game at Liverpool away last year? Because it was pretty much the same. Hope you are all well. This is the West Ham unofficial match review. As I said, Liverpool 1, West Ham 0. I'm joined by Phil. Phil, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, really. Apart from a bit annoyed about that result, but...
Frustration is what comes to mind.
Yeah, very, very frustrating. I think there were chances where we could have really got into it, especially the penalty. We'll probably talk about it a little bit later, but I think as a whole, you could see the stats there. They had more shots than we did. They had a lot of chances. They probably could have scored a few more, but...
We say that about Liverpool, but I think we had the better chances tonight. We had so many chances. I mean, that Souček chance that Milner intercepted. Scamacca's had a few chances in there as well. That Kehrer header at the end of the first half, and of course the obvious penalty as well. So many chances again, and it's the same thing every single time we play Liverpool and we play a Big Six club. We just don't take our chances.
Absolutely, like you say, the chances were there. We should have, definitely should have converted a few of them. I think, as a whole, Scamacca, he should have played a lot better.
I don't think he was great tonight.
It's probably one of his worst games he's played for us, to be honest with you. Defence-wise, it was hit and miss, really. I thought Ben Johnson's position was absolutely awful in the first half.
He was awful.
Especially building up to their first goal. And I knew Nunes would score as well. Good header as well. But it's just, defending-wise, we should have closed down a lot better. But we had the chances. We should have taken them when we did. We didn't. Some of them just good blocks. A penalty as well should have been better. I think we're kind of literally fresh off this result, so I'm still a bit down because of this.
Overall, looking back at it now from the lineup, I would have started Benny over Fornals. I thought Fornals was very, very poor today. I wouldn't have changed much more from that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, like you say, Ben Rama should have started because he gives you that bit of flair. We always, you get with Fornals, who's got the 100% work rate, but sometimes I forgot he was there until he went off, really. So you needed that extra little bit of class in there. And then, I don't know, we had Antonio come on as well, he sort of made a tiny bit of a difference. So you see him as well as Scamacca on the pitch together, which is rare.
Yeah.
As well. So hopefully we might see a little bit more of that in the future.
Yeah, 100%. We looked like a very, very good side in that second half, and particularly when he came on. I take some of your comments. Very, very unlucky. Souček needs to be more aggressive and get to that ball fast. He's too much for a passenger for me. And I think if anything's come out of tonight, it's shown. You've seen both of them on the pitch, and yes, I thought Souček had one of his better games this year for West Ham, but still. Downs looks much better than him. Scamacca's ball today, I agree. Disappointed to come away with nothing. Yeah. Neil says Bowen should have went right as his previous pens have all been left, and it was obvious which way he was going. Yeah. And and just right height for him. I mean, we'll talk about that now. Before we'll talk about the goal actually. Ben Johnson. I mean. I think he's a good player. But I don't see particularly the hype that he gets and the game time that he gets. I think Soufal should have started over him tonight. I thought Soufal was okay on Sunday. Ben Johnson, just the positioning. I don't think he adds anything to us attacking wise. It was a strange call, and I think Ben Johnson got shown up tonight.
Absolutely. I think, like I said already, positioning was atrocious, build up to that goal. It's got to close him down, stick to his position, and even not long after the goal, we gave the ball away, and then we almost went 2-0 down pretty much instantly. So,
But particularly as well because Byrne wasn't doing as much defending tonight because he was more playing at times as like a kind of two up top. So he was playing more of an attacking role. He was getting dragged in so narrow, which left so much space for the lofted ball over to Simicast. It was obvious, and to be fair, it was a good ball into the box. It was a good header. Fabianski got very close to it, but there's no complaints from that end of it, and it's 1-0. Something that, yes, it was a very good goal and it was a very good header, but Johnson just should be getting nearer to him. Frustrating, just that in itself, Phil.
Yeah, you should have. I'll reiterate it. Time again, position really bad. Should have done better. But that was a very good header. Unlucky Fabianski didn't get anything to it. It was a very good header, especially with that bounce down as well. It's always going to be a bit hard. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Zuma to close down a little bit more. But
yeah, he kind of came in and, Kehrer, he was just stuck in the middle of Kehrer and Zuma, and neither of them got near him.
Yeah, that's right. I think, Zuma should have been marking Nunes, and then Kehrer ended up coming in to try and get in front of Nunes, but it was just too late, and execution on the header really well done. And I knew he'd have a pretty decent game against us, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you did say it before the game.
I did.
The penalty now VAR gets a lot of criticism, but I don't often give it praise, and tonight I will give it praise because Ali McCosh I thought was brilliant on commentary tonight, and he called everything as it was, and he said straight away that's a penalty. He went to them on it, he gave it as a penalty. Listen, our hunt to find a decent penalty taker continues. Bowen scores one, and then he puts a penalty where you could exactly see where he was going because of his positioning. You knew he was going that way. It was exactly the right height for the keeper, and people call it a good save. Listen, it's routine for a keeper. It's an awful penalty.
Yeah, I mean, look, Alisson's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He's a big unit as well, and it was with his stature, it made it look like an easier save because there was a lot more finesse in it, but it wasn't that much power in it. So, and also goalkeepers, they always do research on penalty takers. So, they did the homework and they did it really well. So, very easy save. And even when they did look at certain replays of a bit of dark arts with Van Dijk trying to dig a few divots into the penalty spots.
Listen, I think that's, he had his foot there.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. I'm not particularly peed off about that as much. It just shows what an absolute head he is, to be honest.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, you must have seen it all. It was incredibly windy out there up in Liverpool. So, if anything, that made it a bit easier for the ball to stay in one place.
Yeah,
so it's
and
no
to be
excuse.
fair, you've got to say fair play to Amazon Prime because there's no way Sky would have shown that scuffing up because Sky love their six, don't they? They love their like little six siblings, and there's no way they would have shown that. And should it have been looked into anymore? I don't know, but I think it just shows how much of a plonker Van Dijk is. To be honest, if you need to be doing that, you're getting quite desperate if you feel like you need to go and scuff up the penalty spot. I think it's pretty embarrassing, to be honest. But I just take some more comments before we bring on a Liverpool fan. So frustrating, says Luke. Yeah, I agree. Neil says, all in all, I thought we played well. I thought we played them well, and before the game, I would have taken a 1-0 defeat. I'll tell you what, we deserved something from that game, and we've said it 2 years on the bounce now. We went up there last year. We had so many chances, we didn't take them, and that's happened exactly the same again tonight. Nelson Scamacca was quiet tonight, but he didn't really get too many chances. Good to see Moyes left him on when he added Antonio to the pitch. I 100% agree. Luke says, if anyone can map our starting formation, they should work for NASA. Yeah, Moyes ramped it up tonight. He certainly did. But let's bring on a Liverpool fan. Let's go. Rich, how are you?
Evening. Yeah, good. Thanks, Jake. And yourself?
Yeah, not bad. What did you make of it, man, mate?
Yeah, you gave us a good game, didn't you? If it came out a draw, it would have been a fair result. To be honest with you, I thought second half you outplayed us. You had good chances. I thought you'd almost scored in the last 4 or 5 minutes that time. But no, it's a tough game for us, and obviously, saving a penalty made a big difference for us.
Yeah, from a Liverpool point of view, do you think more the result mattered more today? After beating City on Sunday, just getting the 3 points.
Yeah, definitely to back up what we did on Sunday. and like you said, just get back-to-back wins. Hopefully boost our confidence. That's the main thing for us at the moment, just to try and keep on winning. I think the league's a little bit too far away from us, but as long as we get top 4 and then maybe another couple of cups this season, I think is where we'll end up.
Yeah, I was astounded watching it tonight, and Liverpool. Liverpool have been a very good side to watch over the years, and I know you had changes and injuries tonight, but I thought you were very sloppy in possession. I thought both sides were at times, but the amount of times you go back to us, and even in the first 10 minutes, Alisson just passed it to our player. We couldn't do anything with it. Liverpool were very sloppy tonight, I thought.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if that was a bit of a hang up on Sunday, because Sunday's game we were, I thought that was a stunning match at the weekend. Obviously, win was bookies didn't have it that way, did they? But I thought tonight, seemed to not quite, nowhere near as like we were on Sunday. There was a change of personnel, maybe, but no, you gave us a bloody good game, and so thankful that we won tonight.
Yeah. Phil, into the second half, we came up with the same team. Moyes made the right substitution to start off with. He took Fornals off. He brought Benrahma on. I thought he changed the game again. He looks dangerous down that left hand side where we didn't really have much threat when Fornals was there. I thought Benrahma played well, and we just kept knocking on the door.
Yeah, definitely. Look, Benrahma's a good player. He can give you that with his with his flair, and he definitely made a difference when he come on. So hopefully he can start a couple more games now. And I think as good as Fornals can be with his work rate and everything, you can't just rely on that all the time. You've got to have a bit of end product sometimes, and he won at the races. So it's important to have certain players like Benrahma who can come on when you're down and make a difference. It's just unfortunate this evening.
Yeah, I don't really pay much attention to the expected goal stat, but I think it sums up quite nicely tonight. Liverpool won, West Ham 0. Liverpool's XG was 1.74, and goals, and West Ham's was 2.19, and it just seems to be every year. And I think Liverpool, don't get me wrong, had some really good chances tonight, I thought, Rich, but both sides. I mean, how only one goal was scored tonight baffles me.
Yeah. I thought Nunes, when he hit the post, I mean, that could have been an absolutely stunning goal, couldn't it? And then obviously Salah had maybe a couple of half chances in the second half. But yeah, you know better than myself, but with West Ham and not being able to score in the first half, is that
we've had a dire first half every single game so far this season.
Yeah, 2 goals, wasn't it? We've scored in first half this season. Yeah, saw that.
Is that just the way that you guys play the first half, or is it?
Well, especially against sides like Liverpool, Moyes' whole system is to set up and defend in the first half, and then open the shackles up a little bit in the second half, which is what I thought actually happened today, and it was nearly a perfect first half performance. Defend. Yeah, we only conceded 1, score just before half time, go in drawing, and then try and go at them in the second half. It was nearly a perfect first half, but yeah, it's definitely a start that worries all of us, Rich.
Yeah. Because who was your top goal scorer so far this season? Then is it?
We've only scored about 4 goals.
It's Scamacca, isn't it?
Scamacca scored 2. Yeah,
right.
He scored 2, and I think 6 in all competitions. So, oh crikey, yeah. It's frustrating. Sharky says the second half performance was much better if only Bowen had scored. Let's talk about Declan Rice, and fair play to Ali McCoist again. Gave him man of the match on the telly. And if anybody has ever had any doubts about Declan Rice, watch those 90 minutes again and just watch Declan Rice. He's superb. He's head and shoulders of anybody on that pitch. Fabinho came on for 45 minutes. I still thought that he was better than him. He was better than anybody, and he should not have been on the losing side tonight. Phil, I'll start with you.
Well, we know what Rice is like. We see him every week, don't we? And it just shows how much of a great player he is. And it was, I think, take my hats off to Ali McCoist when he said that. Where he doesn't always give it to someone on the losing side as well, which is what he said. And look, there's a Captain Marvel performance. When he gets on the ball, when he starts running forward, he's like a game changer. That's why he's such a great player. So very lucky to have a player like him. If only there was, there's someone on the end of some of those balls who can actually finish it well, it would have been a different story. But Rice is, when he has a good game, it's always good.
Yeah.
Especially
Rich,
man of the match.
Rich, anything you'd like to add to that before I let you go?
Yeah, no, happy to spend 120, 150 million on Rice to be in our team next season. I think Chelsea are going to do that, aren't they? We may end up having Bellingham, and I think Chelsea end up, dare I say it, getting Declan next season.
Touchy subject there for Chelsea, I think.
If I take my West Ham hat off, I'd say, honestly, I think Rice in the Liverpool team, alongside Bellingham, like what they do for England, that you'd be challenging more titles for sure.
Yeah, a big complete game changer.
Yeah, because I think midfield has been where question marks have been held over the last few months with Liverpool, and having one of them in there, I think you're easily up there with Man City year after year, I think. But anything, Rich, before I let you go?
No, good to see you guys. And who have you got? Who have you guys got next?
Bournemouth on Monday. Must win that.
Yeah.
Must win that. But yeah,
Monday night football
Rich,
at home.
Yeah, Rich, thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
See you soon.
See you later.
I'm just, the more I talk about it, the more I think about it. I'm just very frustrated. We should be getting something from that, and if it comes down to the end of the season, that penalty, those chances, that Milner tackle, you've got to take his hat off to him as well. Suchek couldn't have really done much more there.
Nah.
That was a world-class tackle from Milner. Just everything just didn't quite fall into didn't quite fall into place. And I thought luck was there tonight. I was like, oh my God, at half time we've got a penalty at Anfield, and it was from VAR. Like, oh, is this actually happening? Phil, final thoughts?
Yeah, look, I'll touch on that tackle at the end, because when I saw it at first, I thought it come off Alisson, but it was only in the replay I saw it come off Milner. Yeah. And look, he's been a great player. 20 years he's been playing in the Premier League. And he's been a great servant, for the league. And that's when you're a great player and you've got all that vast experience. It's always good to get in there, last ditch. I'm unlucky for Souček, but it just didn't go our way, did it?
No. And we did have a bit of luck tonight, I thought, and we just couldn't get over the line. Downs looked solid, yeah. If he was too knackered to get hooked off, Downs, what's your thoughts on his performance today, Phil?
I thought he did all right, to be honest with you. It's a shame he didn't stay on for a little bit more, but I thought he got himself about a bit. I think, obviously, it was a big night for him. His first start for the club.
Yeah, could have had a goal as well. A couple of times he was just nearly through, wasn't he? Yeah,
could have had a goal. I thought he was still getting about, trying to get a couple of little last-ditch tackles in. And, it's good. He can sort of get away with just, even if he wants to play it safe, if it's playing it sideways or backwards, just think of the player that he's successing. Mark Noble. It was something that he's done for many years, so you can get away with playing it safe. But I think he wanted to try and make a difference. There was a chance he tried to give to Skamaka. I think it was in the start of the second half. Skamaka did a bit of a move, then he could have made it a bit easier. But look, I'm happy with his performance.
Yeah, I think he certainly gave David Moyes something to think about for sure, because I didn't think he really particularly put too many feet wrong tonight. I thought he was very, very good. Right, Phil, give us your overall final thoughts. Any players you think we should mention that we haven't mentioned, and thoughts ahead of our game against Bournemouth on Monday.
Other players not mentioned. I thought Fabianski did all right, especially that chance from Darwin Núñez. That was a great shot from him, and a very good save, tipped it over the bar. He got out, did well. I was a bit nervous when the defender was passing it back to him, because I don't like it when we try and play from the back, but I thought we did all right, considering. As for the game as a whole, quite frustrating. I would have taken a point, and then it would have been definitely 1 point gained rather than 2 points lost if it was a draw, but it weren't. More positive, glad it wasn't, it's not like they gave us an absolute hammering and it was a 4-0 or anything like that. So
no.
Just keep our heads high. We tried, we failed, but it's the effort that counts. So let's just get back to the training ground. Let's get focused for Bournemouth on Monday. We've got a few, another extra day of rest. They've had a pretty good run of late, Bournemouth, so let's just put all our focus on them. Just forget about this result. It's always going to be a bit tricky with Liverpool, irrespective of how they've been performing this year. They're still a great club, a great side. So these things happen.
Yeah, just really, really frustrating again tonight. Let's take your final comments before we go. Sharky, Antonio, I kind of stumbled forward when he was attacking. Yeah, the most Antonio thing I've ever seen. Dawson hopefully back Monday night, fingers crossed. In terms of Downs, absolutely, he definitely should be a starter in the next Premier League game. Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. And overall, we played 2 up top. We looked better tonight. I'm proud because of the fact we played some really nice football and we outplayed Liverpool in that second half. And just frustrated we couldn't pick up at least a point in the end. But yeah, Phil, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jake.
That's it from us. Thank you very much for watching here on West Ham Unofficial. Has been our match review. Liverpool 1, West Ham 0. Deflated, but we weren't embarrassed by any stretch of the imagination tonight. But yeah, thank you very much. We'll have some videos and coverage about this game coming to you here tomorrow. But yeah, that's it from us. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll catch you soon right here on West Ham Unofficial. Cheers, guys, and bye-bye.